What's been driving the surge in this company this year?
Hi. Yeah, so there are a couple of factors behind BRAINCHIP's monster surge this year. Firstly, technology stocks in general have soared as the coronavirus pandemic put the spotlight on companies that are focused on tech and innovation. BRAINCHIP focuses on artificial intelligence. It's developing a processor that can be used in all sorts of applications, but that processor isn't available for commercial use yet. But still, investors globally have been chasing growth shares this year and piling into the tech sector. Also, BRAINCHIP has signed a lot of partnerships in the last few months. It signed a deal with a NASA subcontractor earlier this month, for example. And these partnerships are assigned to investors that other established businesses are seeing potential in BRAINCHIP's tech. So it kind of legitimizes the business a little more. And lastly, this is a stock that has been hyped up by retail investors on online forums like Reddit. We've seen this phenomenon in the U.S. where retail investors are discussing smaller stocks on these forums and causing these massive share price movements. And, that's happening here in Australia. And BRAINCHIP is one of the stocks that has been very widely discussed on these forums.
So what are analysts saying about it? What do they think about the rise, the fall, and the valuation at this point?
Yeah, so there are some mixed opinions about this stock. I mentioned before that the flagship product that BRAINCHIP has, it's not available for commercial use yet. And, even its CEO was very surprised that at one point it was up 1,500% this year. There are some concerns that perhaps the stock was overvalued and that retail investors have been overhyping it too much. It did lose about half of its market value since its peak. But still, there are some market participants who are pretty optimistic about the company and the potential for its technology to take off in the long term. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens to this stock next after it's had this wild ride this year.